For those of you that have been living under a rock, there have been some new variants of the farm animals added to Minecraft. There are warm and cold variants of the pig, the cow, and the chicken, and I made a great farm design for breeding them up. In this video, I'll show you my farm design, reasons why it's better than other farm designs, and an idea on a decorative build that you can put the farms inside of. But before we get started, I need your help. I'm trying to get this channel to break 1,000 subs, and you're my only hope. I'd appreciate it so much if you'd hit that subscribe button. It's quick and painless, and it'll really help out the channel. Plus, you could also leave a comment, and I'll try my best to respond to all of them. So, you might be thinking, why can't I just make a fenced-in area and then use some wheat to lure some cows and just breed them that way? Because you're getting scammed, that's why. What happens when you're out exploring and you die and your precious stack of cooked steak despawns? Now what? You're gonna have to wait a while to breed up the cows again to get their numbers up. Or what if your friend comes over? What are they gonna eat? Why are you being so selfish for once in your life? Why don't you think about others first? That's where making a proper farm for these animals comes into play. So you head on over to YouTube and search it up, but all you'll find is lies. Yeah, these farms might work, but these tutorials are all here to scam you of your time and effort. They just aren't good enough. They're all disappointing. But I'm going to show you a farm that was built for you with care and understanding. This type of farm is going to be worth your time, so let's get started. Also, this farm is just for cows. I haven't tested it with other animals. It might work with sheep and pigs, but it definitely won't work with chickens. So if this video gets over 100 likes, I'll make another farm for a different animal. So here's the farm. It's kind of split between 3 different parts. The reason why that is because some of these parts are from other videos and are good aspects of those videos, but they just needed a little bit of tweaking. Let's start with the top part, as it is the most important, and by itself is actually probably a good enough farm without the other stuff. This top part is the breeding part, but I spent a lot of time testing this out and trying to make it as good as it can be. This part has taken inspiration from those videos where you just put 24 cows into a 1x2 hole and use water in a dispenser at the bottom to make them bob up and down so you can feed them wheat. This one is much bigger, however, being 7 blocks wide and uses 2 dispensers, one over here and one over here, and you can fit like 75 to 80 cows in this one area. And so let me just demonstrate. Do that. They start bobbing up. And the reason why 7 blocks is the magic number is because if it is longer than that, then for some reason the cows in the middle, like right here, they won't bob up and down. Also up here, there's a little slab railing that makes it so you can't fall in. As long as you're not crouching, but the cows can be pushed in. But you cannot fall in. Looking at the bottom side of the farm, since the cows are standing on glass panes, any babies that are bred will fall below the breeding portion into the other area, into the holding area or into one of the other parts of the farm over there. Before building the other 2 parts, you might want to build just a small holding area so that while you have all the cows here, you can breed up to like 75, 80 cows and bring those guys back up here to replenish that and then work on the next part of the farm. The main reason why this part of the farm is so important is because at any given point when the cows are ready to breed, you'll always be able to get about 40 babies, versus the normal way where you just fence them in, you'd breed them up, and then you kill a bunch of them, and now you have like 2 or 4 cows left, so it'll take a long time to get back to the number that you had before. If you just want to build the breeding part of the farm, I'll do a step-by-step tutorial on how to build it right now. Here are the materials you'll need. You'll need fences for the holding pen so that you can get some cows to populate the breeding area. You'll need glass panes, dispensers, 2 water buckets, some redstone, and a button, and some blocks, some building blocks, and some stairs and slabs. That's pretty much it. It doesn't really matter too much how high up you build the breeding part from the holding area, as long as it's not too high that the cows are dying from fall damage. You can do whatever. I usually start this by building the area where the cows will fall into. You want the inside of the fenced-in area to be about 3 blocks by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You want the inside of the fenced-in area to be 3 blocks by 7 so that when the cows fall in from the top part, they don't end up accidentally missing the area and getting loose. The fences should be 4 by 8 on the outside of the 3 by 7 area. Then you go into the middle of the farm to build up and place 7 glass panes to match the 7 block length of the fenced-in area. And on the ends of those, you'll just place 1 block. This is the area where the cows will be. On top of those 2 blocks on the end, you'll want to place a dispenser facing towards the middle, and in each dispenser, you'll place the water bucket. This is where the water will come out, which allows the cows to bob up and down. Now what you want to do is place 2 more 7 block long rows of glass panes. not next to the main one, but above that position. So for now, just put blocks on the side of the already placed glass panes, and then place glass panes on top of those blocks, and then get rid of the blocks. You want to add another row to these glass panes as well. Make them a little bit higher. Then what you want to do is you want to place a block on top here. Then you want to place a block on top of the dispensers. And place blocks all the way around this top wall right here. This will be the walkway that you walk around to breed the cows as they bob up and down. On the sides where the dispensers are, you want to place a block behind the dispenser and place a little row lower down like this. That it goes all the way. So now you have like, you know, an extra little thing there, like a little roof there. And you want to do the same on the opposite side. Oops, too far. You want to place it behind the dispenser. And the reason why those blocks are lower is for redstone purposes. Basically, redstone dust is going to be placed, and to be able to access the dispenser, those blocks need to be placed one row lower. And of course, you want to make sure that you can get the cows to fall into the breeding area without falling in yourself. So what you want to do is, over here on both sides, you want to add some stairs so that you can get over, and also have the ability to put slabs across the top of the farm so they're at the perfect height. Still allowing for cows to be pushed in, but not allowing you to fall in yourself, unless you crouch. And last, you want to get your redstone dust and run it around the entire walkway of the blocks. You'll want to put a button probably in the middle of it somewhere, and you can place another one on the other side, just in case you want to turn it on or off from that side. But you really only need one button. And there you have it. Pressing the button fills the breeding chamber with water so the cows will bob up and down, and you can breed the cows while the babies fall through the glass panes and into the fenced area so that they can fully grow up. Back to the 3-part farm, the next portion of the farm is where all the babies go so that they can grow up to become adult cows, and they'll be carried to the next part of the farm afterwards. This design came from another tutorial that I watched by a YouTuber named Marthincraft. As the babies fall down from the breeder, they'll fall through the water down here to where the trapdoors are, and since a baby is small enough to fit in a 1-block area, the moving water up here won't push it into the next part of the farm. I even have like a little overflow chamber because sometimes if a baby lands on top of another baby, they'll be tall enough to go in here, so I have another smaller version of this down here, just in case like a baby accidentally, you know, I don't want it to just go through this area and then be killed later. It can also fall down here and get stuck out here. Once the baby grows up, it'll then be tall enough to clip into the water, and it will swim up into the water, and it'll be pushed into the next part of the farm. All the resources in this farm are very easy to obtain. You can get this stuff before you go to the nether, and even before you find diamonds, and it really doesn't require that much time to create either. The last part of the farm is the killing chamber, where the cows go to be turned into leather and delicious cooked steak. After the cows are moved by the water from the baby holding area up there, they then get dropped into this little mechanism right here. All you need for this is some lava, a sign, and at least 6 blocks for the cow to fall until it hits the lava. If you drop a cow into lava 5 blocks or lower, it'll try to swim in the lava while it's burning up, leading to its drops being burnt and lost forever. But if the height is 6 blocks into the lava, they will always pass through the lava, and they'll be dropped onto the hopper below and take a few seconds to burn to death, but their drops will be safe and their meat will be cooked. And all the drops will be collected into this chest right here. The reason why I made it like this is because a lot of tutorials on YouTube will just have you press a button on a dispenser to dispense the lava and then press the button again to retract it so that the cow dies, but no matter how quick you press the button, some of the drops will always be burnt by the lava. I watched a bunch of videos on cow farms, and I tested a bunch of the farms that use this type of feature by spawning in a bunch of cows and killing them with the lava feature, and then doing the same thing but just killing them with a regular sword. And you get a lot more drops when you kill them with just a regular sword. So it just goes to show you that these YouTubers are not invested in making farms that work well. They're scamming you with these farms, and if you're using these farms, you're losing a lot of items. So with my farm, you will lose 0% of the items. You will get all the drops, plus the meat will all be cooked. These are the results of the test of the lava mechanism, and these are the results of the test would technically be if I just dropped them 6, blocks into lava, but I just killed them. So this wouldn't be raw beef, this would be cooked beef. As you can tell, there are less drops in all the farms that I've tested, and more drops coming in from the farm that I created. Now, the reason why I built the farm like this is not because it needs to look exactly like this or be built exactly like this. You can definitely put most of the farm underground if you want. You can even try to make 3 of them, one for each of the variants of the cow. You can put the breeding chamber, the top one, on ground level and have the other 2 chambers below with maybe like an item elevator to bring the drops back up to the surface. The other 2 chambers don't ever require any maintenance. Once you breed the cows on the first level, everything after that is fully automatic. Now, I can hear what you're thinking. That sucks. This farm is not fully automatic, but breeding up the cows once or twice is usually enough to get more than a stack of cooked steak. So it really doesn't need to be automatic. Plus, if you have a server full of friends, it will definitely provide a huge amount of cooked steak for them. So you don't have to spend that much time looking for food and more time adventuring and having fun. Also, here's a little build that I made. It's mainly a way for me to showcase all of the 3 different cows being a part of the farm. And if any of you are curious, I will be providing a world download so that if you want to build this, you can download the world and figure out how to build it. So, if you have any questions about this design or any ideas for any farms you want me to do in the future, or to remake in a new way, definitely let me know in a comment below. And remember, if this video gets over 100 likes, I'll make a farm for another one of the farm animals. But, with all that being said, this is the end of the episode. If you like what you watch, click that like button, and if you want to see more, definitely subscribe. See you guys in the next video.